Good morning, students. Last time we had done magnetic induction. Today we are going to study how we can make a piece of metal into a magnet with the help of magnetic induction. Magnetization by induction. It is possible to create permanent magnets using the process of magnetic induction. And the method is shown here in this figure 7.8. A steel needle is repeatedly stroked by the north pole of the bar magnet. We take a steel needle and we take a bar magnet and put the north pole of the bar magnet at the one end of the needle and drag it over you have to rub the bar magnet over the needle, lift up the magnet, again put it back at the same end and rub it, and again lift it back and place it here and rub the magnet over the needle. And do this about 30 times. You will see that this needle, it starts behaving like a magnet. So we will study about it. He says this steel needle is repeatedly stroked by the north pole of the bar magnet. We strike this needle repeatedly with the bar magnet, and this means the magnet is moved in only one direction. In this case, from right to left. So we are going to move the bar magnet from right to left when it is in contact with the needle. And it is then lifted up. We just lift up the magnet and move it back again to the right end again, and is taken to its initial position for the next stroke. After this is done about 30 times, the needle becomes a permanent magnet with its north pole on the right. So north pole will be on the right and south pole on the left. This is as if the south pole is pulled to the left by the north pole of the bar magnet. So in this way we can magnetize a needle of steel with the help of a magnet, and this is called, why we call it magnetic induction, because we have brought the magnet in touch, or we have rubbed the magnet over this. We are not going to rub it like this. No, we are just going to move it from one end to the other, lift it up and again put it at the initial position, and then move it like this and again repeat it about 30 times. And stroke a magnet with a small screwdriver. The ring magnet at the base of an old speaker will do quite well. So we can even strike a magnet with a small screwdriver, and if we do it number of times, you can, and you say you make it a magnet, you will find that it can now pick up steel screws, which are quite convenient. Radio and TV mechanics do this regularly. So when the radio and TV mechanics, they have to pick up screws, they don't pick it up with the hand. They magnetize the screwdriver by magnetic induction and make use of that screwdriver as a magnet to lift up the screws. So in this way, magnetic material can be magnetized with the help of a bar magnet. Next is electromagnet, and it is possible to make a magnet by using electric current. We can even make use of electric current to make a magnet. Such a device is called an electromagnet. You will learn later that electricity and magnetism are very closely linked. So electricity and magnetism, they are very closely linked to each other. Now what you do, you cut a piece from a used gel pen refill. You have a refill in your gel pen which is used and it is empty. You cut it. Then wind about 2 meters of enameled wire around it to make a coil, and you will wind the wire which is coated with plastic, that is enamel, over this empty gel refill. Push an iron nail into the tube. Now you push an iron nail into the tube. Scrape off the enamel from the free ends of the coil. From the free ends of the coil, remove the enamel and take out that copper wire from it. Connect them to the cell with the help of a sticky tape, and the 2 ends you connect with the terminals of the cell with the help of sticky tape. And as the current flows through the coil, the nail will behave as a magnet, and when current will flow through this coil, this nail will behave like a magnet. It will attract small iron objects such as pins and clips, and you will see that iron nail which you had put in this gel pen refill is going to attract the pins and clips. If you disconnect the cell, now when you are going to disconnect the cell, the current will no longer flow through the coil. So when you are going to disconnect the cell, no more the current is going to flow into this coil, and the nail will stop acting as a magnet, and then this nail will no more act like a magnet. This is the principle of electromagnet. And remove the nail from the tube and insert a pin partially into the tube as shown here. So you can remove the nail and you can introduce the pin into it, and the pin will get drawn into the tube when you will connect the coil to the cell. So this pin is drawn into the tube when you are going to connect it with the coil with the cell. So this much for today.